Nope, I'm Hans Olson. I know I look a lot like Dizzy, but...
We've discussed this before, and you've played it.
Well, I look like a more like...
Well, you don't...
I don't know any Dizzy Gillespie. He's a jazz guy. I'm not a jazz guy. Jazz guys play way too many chords. No, but I was debating here whether I was going to do another Brownie McGhee song, and I am, and I just realized that Brownie McGhee was good friends with Dizzy Gillespie. And when he broke up with his partner, Sonny Terry, after 40 years, he hired a guy named Ed Cherry, who actually played guitar with Dizzy Gillespie, and he was a jazz guy. And for some reason, they decided he should play bass with Brownie, which made no sense at all. And so they went out on the road, and it was the first time Brownie hadn't had Sonny Terry with him in 40 years, and he was a little nervous. And sure enough, Ed Cherry couldn't figure it out because it was too easy. He was a jazz guy, and he was trying to go 11 16ths, 11 16ths, 11 16ths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 1, 2, 3. He was trying to count it, you know, and you can't do that with Brownie McGhee music. You have to just get in the flow and go. So I knew Brownie McGhee, and after about 3 shows with Ed Cherry, who played with Dizzy Gillespie, that's the connection there, they fired Ed, and they had a whole nationwide tour booked, and they had to find somebody else, so they got me. And me, I know them simple songs. And speaking of Hall of Fame, there's a fellow that was inducted into the Arizona Blues Hall of Fame, of which I am inducted into the Arizona Blues Hall of Fame also. But there's a guy, and I can't remember his name right now, it'll come to me, but he was a famous photographer. He took really famous wildlife pictures mostly, and National Geographic and stuff. One of the most famous photographers in the country. But his real passion was to take these $3,000 cameras down to these blues clubs in Chicago and take pictures of Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf and Willie Dixon and all these guys. So he has the very best pictures of that era from the Chicago blues of the 50s. Anyways, he's in the Arizona Blues Hall of Fame, and he came to hear me play one time in Tucson, and I mentioned that I played with Brownie McGhee, and he said, "I know Brownie McGhee, and you never played with him." I said, "Well, I did." He said, "Well, I never saw you with him." I said, "That doesn't mean I didn't play with him." And he said, "Well, do you know Rainy Day?" And I said, "No, I do not." He said, "You never played with Brownie McGhee then. If you don't know that song, it's one of his best songs." I pointed out that I didn't know any Brownie McGhee songs, and it didn't stop me. I just played with him anyways, because you just jam that stuff anyway. You don't need to know the song. So about a year later, I went back to Tucson, and this guy came up and he said, do you know Rainy Day? And I said, "No, I still don't know it." And he said, "Well, you never played with Brownie McGhee." So about a year later, I came back, and this guy said, did you learn that song Rainy Day yet? And I said, "No, I don't know the song. I don't have it or anything." So about a year later, I go back to Tucson, and he brings me the record. So I take the record home, and I don't learn it, and about a year later I go back, and he says, "Have you learned that song yet?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Well, looks like you'll be playing it at my funeral, because they just told me I'm dying." So I said, "Well, I should learn that song." So about a year later I learned the song, and I go back and I actually get to play it for the guy. By this time he's seen pictures of me playing with Brownie and stuff, so he knows I played with him. So I get to play it for him, and then he dies right after that, and then his wife calls me and says, "It's in the will. He wants you to come to the funeral and play Rainy Day." And this story can go on for another hour and a half, and it involves drinking a whole bottle of some serious alcohol with Steve Larson, and picking up Chico Chisholm and driving to Tucson at 110 miles an hour because we were late. But I got there and I got up in this Catholic church in front of about 500 people because he was really popular. He started the Tucson Blues Society, this guy, and I still can't remember his name. This is the song. I hate to be alone. It was on a rainy day, and I remember quite well the day my woman walked away. It was yes, it was on a rainy day. Now the night before, she was so loving, and then she broke the news. She said, I don't love you, and I've been jiving people, and that's why I sing the blues. 'Cause it was yes, it was on a rainy day. The wind was blowing, and the clouds, they were moving slow. She said, our love life is ended, won't be the same anymore. She had two 2 cups of coffee. And I had 1 small cup of tea. She walked out of my life. People put them low down to the blues. Cause it was all, yes, it was all on a rainy day. Cause it was all, Lord, it was all on a rainy day. Hey, that's a Brownie McGhee song. Thank you very much.